Welcome bitches one and all to my reaction to season 2 episode 5 of Young Royals. Now, last time we had some major developments for Wilmon as they shared a kiss that seems to have reignited some old feelings, which is very exciting. Now, this doesn't mean that they are for sure getting back together. It doesn't mean that that is definitely going to happen, but I have hopes that it will at least start the process, or even just start the process of thinking clearly what they want / need. Because honestly, my ideal thought process here, my ideal situation would be that the Queen invites Wilhelm, Simon, maybe even Simon's parents as well, and they all have a big sit-down family dinner to meet each other and then discuss the future fully, like what it would entail, what their lives are going to be like if they stay together. And yes, I know that that sounds like all so serious and all that, but this is a serious decision. Like, it's a serious thing being in the royal family. So unfortunately, they do have to have these discussions. And I don't like the idea that they have decided not to be together without these clear, concise discussions. Like, I just want the truth out there. I want everyone to understand what it means, and we go from there, you know? But yes. Anyway, with all that said, very excited to get into it and see the bloody hell, the penultimate episode, isn't it? 'Cause we've only got the finale next. Jesus. But yes, the second last episode of Young Royals. Let's fucking go. Oh, I forgot that he had the sweater still. Someone's down bad. Oh shit, I forgot about Alexander. Oh god, fuck. I forgot about that. It just fucking sucks because the whole idea that Willa has an out sounds so great. And I'm like, oh my god, like if he genuinely does not want to be the crown prince, he has an out. That's amazing. But knowing that it's August, it just completely taints that. Because this is exactly what August would have ever dreamed of. Like, this is his dream. So the idea that he would get that and would get no repercussions for what he's done pisses me off, bro. Yeah, he seems really anxious. Oh, he just went out and said it, damn.
Va? Du var ju där med Marcus. Varför gjorde du det?
För att jag är helt dum i huvudet.
You're not a complete idiot. You listen to yourself for once.
Och för att jag ville.
Exactly.
Så jävla dålig människa.
No, none of that.
Jag ville verkligen.
Men är man en dålig människa bara för att man gör någon dålig sak ibland?
Du ska säga till mig att jag ska skita i Ville och vara tillsammans med Marcus.
She's not going to say that, and I'm not going to say that, because no. For one, I don't want to keep going on about it, but I'm not a big fan of Marcus. But to be fair, on that note, I feel like if we were dealing with, like, say we were dealing with, like, a really sweet guy, and Simon entered this relationship with him, and ended up kissing Willa and all that, I would feel a lot worse for Marcus. But given my feelings towards him and his manipulation of Simon and not listening to him saying he didn't want to be in a relationship in the first place, it's kind of like Marcus brought this on himself, you know? Like, he said he wasn't ready for a relationship. He said that he didn't want to go there, and he still pushed him to take it slow, and then didn't even let him take it slow because he showed up at his rowing thing, kissed him on the cheek? No, kissed him on the mouth, which that sentence sounds weird. Sorry. Tangent. Back to what I was saying. So, yeah, he turned up the rowing place, kissed him, invited him over. It just, Now, didn't listen to Simon's request or his wants at all, which I'm not a fan of, so I don't really feel bad for Marcus because he's kind of brought this on himself, you know?
Du kan ju inte styra över dina känslor. Så om du har känslor för helt fel människa så kan det ju ändå kännas helt rätt liksom.
Obviously, she was relating that to her feelings for August, but the wording of the wrong person. I'd love to delve deep into Sada's mind and her feelings towards August, because she obviously thinks it's wrong per se.
Hur gör man om kungafamiljen går förbi?
Du svarar bara på direkt tilltal. Annars kliver du lugnt åt sidan och lämnar plats och så ler du respektfullt.
Oh, she's so cute! Oh, leave her alone. That was so fucking cute, bro.
Jag läste igenom talet. Måste bara säga att det är verkligen spot on.
Oh, stop being such a kiss ass. Ew.
Och eftersom ni står precis bakom vill jag inte ha någonting annat än er yttersta uppmärksamhet. på talet.
Trust and believe, Simon will not be taking his eyes off Willa's speech. What issue do you have, you little scummy bastard?
Nu har vi bestämt oss att vi kommer att sjunga den klassiska Hillerska sången på jubileet.
Why? Are you fucking kidding me?
Eftersom skolan fyller 120 år så är det viktigt att hålla på traditionerna.
Sure.
Vi vill ju att det ska vara ett gruppframträdande och inte ett solo. Och Hennes Majestät drottningen älskar Hill.
That was a very pointed comment at the end there. This is a group performance, not a solo. So I was going to say it before he said that, but after he said that, it's kind of confirmed it. The issue that he has with this song is that Simon is the one singing the solo. I think that all of his comments about tradition, even though obviously being that this is a service for the royal family, the like apex of tradition, obviously that would be at play, but I think that that was a cover-up. I think that that was a bullshit excuse for the fact that Simon is the one singing this quite personalized song that, if you know about the situation with Willa, which given the video and everything, and people probably still have their suspicions that it was him, it would probably make them, I don't know, think that it is targeted towards Willa, which obviously we know it is. So I think that that is why he is not happy with this song being sung, which like, it's a hard one because like, if you look at it, if we like take our emotions away from all of our characters and we go into the PR department and we are working for the royal family, I think we would all agree that this was a good idea to not have him sing this song, because obviously if you're in the PR, you don't want it to dredge up suspicion that this is about Willa and have it in the tabloids that, oh look, he sung this song for the Crown Prince, oh how spicy, you know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't want that. But in terms of like my opinions of the whole situation, how I think that the tabloids shouldn't even be discussing the lives of these young people because that's just fucking disgusting. I think that he should be allowed to sing this, and who gives a shit? But obviously that's not the world we live in. We live in a bit of a shitty society all round, who for some reason are obsessed with the lives of 16-year-olds. So yeah, shit situation all round. I understand the PR perspective, but that doesn't make it any easier, and I just feel really bad for Simon. Like, he has been practicing this for so long. He literally wrote this song, he poured his heart into it, and now he's being told to just scrap it and sing the old song that he had no input in, you know? Like, that would just fucking suck. We haven't seen them interact since her kiss with Willa. Are there hard feelings?
Körledaren tycker det. Rektorn tyckte också det.
Ja, men Olof tyckte inte det och han fuckade allt.
Oh, my boy. It's nothing to do with the song or you. Well, it's to do with you.
Det är väl bara att de inte vill ha ditt solo precis före Willes tal i året med kungafamiljen. Det är liksom ett av de mest sedda programmen i hela Sverige. De vill bara inte att det ska startas nya rykten om er två liksom.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. The fact that we now know that it is televised and all that, I understand even more, because obviously, like, they literally said the choir is going to be behind Willa. If you then have Simon, of all people, singing a solo that's quite personalized towards Willa, it's going to trudge up some things. So I do understand. Doesn't make it any nicer for Simon, and he is very, very entitled to be pissed at this. But it's their show, you know, it's the royal family's event, so not much we can do at this point. Oh. Oh my god, I love you. Don't give him the silent treatment, Simon. I understand that he's upset, and I understand that he is putting his feelings towards Willa because obviously royal family and all that. But we know that this boy has anxiety and is an overthinker. So if you don't tell him, the mind is gonna spiral.
Det känns bara som att allt jag försöker göra blir till ett problem när du kommer in i bilden.
Bro, work on your wording. What the fuck?
Det enda jag verkligen älskar och som jag är bra på att ta dem ifrån mig. De vill inte att du ska associeras med mig. Som vanligt.
It's not really his fault though.
Simon, det är inte mitt fel.
Nice, Wilhelm. Nice, my boy.
Låten handlar om dig. Simon, jag visste inte att... Hur länge ska jag behöva bli straffad för den här videon?
Oh my boy. It
Jag tänkte,
sucks.
det har inte fått några konsekvenser.
Huh?
Va?
Vad fan snackar du om?
Det känns bara som att du har gått runt och lallat och låtsas som att ingenting har
Simon,
hänt.
vad fan säger du? Du har fan ingen aning om vad jag har gått igenom.
Oh, that nah. I don't like that. Like, I always try and understand both sides, and I try and understand everyone's perspectives, and I do have sympathy for Simon right now. I do, like, trust me, I understand. It would fucking suck to have this happen, but you cannot put this on Willa, and I think as an audience, we have to understand that Simon is not privy to the moments of Willa's, what do you call it, like, his vulnerable moments. He has not been there. He has not been close to Willa for a good little while now. So he hasn't seen it firsthand, whereas we have. So we are more understanding and we are more like protective of Willa, and we're going to be like, what the fuck? But I think we do have to still understand that, one, they are kids. Like, they're not exactly adults yet. They're still maturing. They're still understanding their feelings and emotions. So like, you have to take that into account. But then also, even though he knows that Willa has anxiety and all that, he has not seen those moments that we have, so I'm a little more sympathetic. However, when on earth do you think this man has been prancing around as if nothing's happened? I understand that you're still pissed about the fact that he didn't own up to being in the video and all that, and I understand that that may make you think that he hasn't dealt with the consequences of the video, but my boy, he has been depressed for months. And like, I'm trying so hard to remember that Simon has not seen that. We have been privy to those moments. He has not. But it still doesn't make it any easier to hear that. To hear him say that you haven't dealt with the consequences when we've literally seen him have multiple breakdowns. But like, at the end of the day, Simon is in a bit of a shit mindset right now. So I do understand that he's lashing out a bit, but just sucks to see him take it out on Willa, because we know that he is struggling so much himself.
Det är den som har postat videon som är fel.
Ja,
Du kan inte lägga det på mig.
den kom undan. Det är bara jag som har fått all skit.
Simon,
Are we going to reveal that it was August?
snälla, det är August du ska vara sur på, det är inte mig.
Oh, shit.
Det var August som la ut videon.
Oh my
Men
god.
jag har avsatt honom som prefekt och rodkapten. Jag har försökt.
När fick du reda på det?
Oh no.
Du skyddar ju honom. Jag hade kunnat anmäla honom till polisen.
Simon,
I mean, it's exactly what Willa was saying to Felice a few episodes ago, that if he tells Simon, he's going to want to report him to the police. So, it sucks, because I understand that to Simon, this would appear like he is protecting him, because like, technically he is, but he isn't. Like, I think we can all safely say that not a single ounce of Willa is wanting to protect August right now. But I do understand why it would come across that way, and I do understand that Simon is still having a hard time understanding that Willa does not have power in his family. Like, he's at the bottom of the chain right now. So I wish he would be a bit more understanding of that, but I understand why he would be upset that Willa has had this information for a while.
du fattar inte att du går till polisen och August kommer ha Sveriges bästa advokater.
Oh, true, that as well.
Är kungahuset.
Simon, jag är inte som dem.
Du är exakt som dem.
Don't...
Du säger att du är arg på henne, men du gör exakt samma sak som hon gör. Går runt och har massa hemligheter och låtsas att du skyddar mig. Fast allt handlar om att du skyddar dig själv i slutändan.
I disagree. I very much disagree. I need a moment to like process my own thoughts on that. I do disagree that he is acting like his mother and keeping secrets to try and protect Simon when really he's trying to protect himself. I completely disagree with that. We as an audience have been lucky, but you know what I mean. We have been given the privilege of seeing into Willa's life and seeing the stress and anxiety and the way that he has had to fight for the bare minimum amount of power over his own life. And we've also seen how he has tried and successfully, until obviously the royal family offered August this fucking backup thing, successfully tried to ruin August's life. So I think all of us can agree that Willa has not been trying to protect himself or the royal family. Like, he's doing everything he can in spite of them, but there's only so much he can do, and I don't think Simon is being understanding of that. But then again, I understand why he's pissed. I understand why he's upset. And the fact that Willa has kept this to himself and not told Simon, I do completely get it. But I don't think Simon gives Willa enough credit. I don't think he gives Willa enough... What's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't understand Willa's life. That's the main root cause of all of this. Like, we see this man struggle every day and fight for every fucking thing in his life. But Simon doesn't see that. Simon hasn't had the privilege of seeing that. So I try and keep that in mind, but Jesus Christ. It's all just one big pile of shit at the end of the day.
Har kronprinsen hunnit titta på talet?
Nej, inte än.
Det vore bra om kronprinsen kunde göra det så fort som möjligt.
Jag ska. Varför ändrade du i kören? Du tog bort Simons låt.
Say what is the real reasoning?
Den ska sitta så tajt bara.
Uh-oh.
Och andas. Det var lite tajt.
Den syr vi fast igen.
My boy. The anxiety is seeping in.
Alltså, ni vet att han skulle torska på allt det här, va?
Vill ha rätt, alltså sådana som de blir inte dömda, så de kommer alltid undan.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Vill du inte att alla ska veta vad August har gjort?
Jo, det är väl klart.
Ja, men då så. Lyssna. Du har oss.
Like, at the end of the day, he doesn't necessarily have to go to the police with it. Go to, like, a tabloid newspaper and release the story. But the only problem with that is, obviously, it brings up all the issues again, and it might cause Willa some pain. It might even cause Simon some pain, because it's bringing the story up again. But if he wants the truth out there, do it. But then also, you do run the risk of you getting charged with defamation if you have no proof that it was him. So you do have to be really careful with this kind of stuff.
Om Simon inte får sjunga sin låt på jubileet så kommer inte jag hålla talet. Erik behövde inte hålla några tal innan han myndighetsförklarades. Varför ska jag göra det för? Säg ärligt, jag fattar inte.
It's a test to see if you're...
Wilhelm, om du inte håller talet kommer August att göra det.
Oh, here we go. The truth is out.
Hovets strateger är oroliga för att du inte klarar av pressen. Eller om du kliver av, eller om det inte finns någon naturlig efterträdare så riskerar vi att rucka hela statsskicket.
Men vadå, menar du att han ska få en klapp på axeln för att han har förstört mitt liv?
Sluta.
I don't like the idea that the way that she brought up no natural heirs. Like, it's so weird when we talk about this stuff in modern day. Like, I'm so used to it being part of history, like learning about King Henry VIII and like trying to get an heir. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems so much a part of the past that to hear a modern day royal family talking about having no natural heirs, like, I don't know, that just feels so strange to me. And also, I don't mean to like disrespect a centuries long tradition and all of that, but I'm sorry. At the end of the fucking day, who gives a shit? Like, I would assume that by the time, say Willa does actually take the throne and becomes king, bar him having some kind of accident or him getting ill or something, he will outlive his mother. So at the end of the day, who gives a shit who takes over after Willa? Do you know what I mean? I know that sounds so simple, but the whole idea of royal families and having these heirs and everything has just always felt so weird to me. And even then, if it's like such a huge fucking thing that he has to have a natural heir, then use a surrogate and use his sperm. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many routes down this that it can still work. I know that she has not attacked him. I'm not like getting annoyed at her right now. I'm just getting annoyed at the system and like how it all works. Just feels so icky for the modern day.
Det är helt sinnessjukt. Jag fattar inte hur du kan tycka att det här är en bra idé. Alltså...
Jag vill inte heller det här.
Yeah, she doesn't want it either.
Jag behöver dig på mitt team, Wilhelm. Du måste hålla talet för att bevisa för hovet att du klarar att bära rollen som kronprins.
Oh, fucking sucks.
Så tar August den.
If you don't take the crown, August will claim it. You have to do it now. Then he's been backed into a corner. He's not going to want him to become king, you know?
Köparna som var här och tittade på Rousseau har lagt ett bud som jag accepterat.
Men ni skulle ju inte sälja till dem, sa du. Han kommer inte ha det bra hos dem, du vet det. Du lovade.
Ja, men det är inte jag som bestämmer. Men Sara! Nej. Vad tycker du jag ska göra då?
I have like two things I want to talk about. Firstly, this scene and everything. I do understand Sada's reaction, and I think this is one of those moments where it's hard for her to accept this information, and I'm not blaming her for blaming Felice, because obviously she doesn't know how to accept this information. She doesn't know how to process this because Felice promised her that Russo wouldn't be sold to that family, but then he was sold, but then it's not actually Felice's fault, it's her family. But I understand why this would feel like a betrayal to Sada, so I do feel bad for her, but I hope she doesn't hold this to Felice for too long. I hope this is like a big like blow up moment, like, oh my god, but then she understands. But moving on from that, I want to talk about Felice quickly because she's been, this whole episode, she's been very down. Has anyone else noticed it? There haven't been that many moments where she's actually been happy. She seems quite depressed. So I'm a little worried for her. I wonder if there's like anything going on in her head behind the scenes. Because obviously we've had a lot of talk about Willa's mental health, and she has obviously been his rock and has been helping him a lot, but she's just seemed very down this episode. So I wonder why. I wonder if it was the stress of the Russo situation that was like hanging over her head, or if it's something more.
Ansvaret du bär på, Wilhelm. Det kan vara fruktansvärt tungt.
Yeah, for fucking sure.
Det kan inte vara så svårt. Erik gjorde det. Jag vet att jag borde vara tacksam för allting som jag får och och alla privilegier och allting. Så hur svårt ska det vara? Hur svårt ska det vara att dela ut priser, klippa band, hålla tal?
I think it's a common thing that happens in situations like this where you feel like because you've been given so much privilege and so many things that no matter what you do, you will always be repaying this hidden debt. And like that doesn't work, my boy. You have to realize that at the end of the day, you are working hard and you are doing your absolute fucking best. And that is enough. There's no, I'm not doing as much as I should. I could always be doing more because I've been given all of these privileges in life. Yes, I understand that way of thinking, but no, that will never get you anywhere good in life.
Vi kan inte välja vilka vi föds som, men vi kan välja hur vi vill leva.
Very true.
Jag undrar om du skulle kunna göra mig en tjänst.
Självklart.
Drive him to Simons? It seems as though he's had some kind of revelation.
Ja, men han ska säljas till idioterna. Som Felice lovade att han inte skulle hamna hos.
Ledsen.
Jag vet liksom inte, jag fattar inte, hur kan hon inte bry sig?
Oh my darling, it's not that simple.
Vad bryr hon sig ens om hon kan göra något sånt här? Jag litar liksom på henne.
I get your feelings, I do, my darling. It's understandable Sada's perspective, and she loves this horse like a family member. It's the idea that it's going to a family that won't treat it as well as she would have hoped, and that Felice promised. It would feel like a breaking of the trust, but neither Felice nor Sada have any power in this situation. They're just doing whatever Felice's parents want. So you could argue that it's Felice's fault for promising it in the first place, but like, what are you gonna tell Sada? Like, I have no power over it. He could go. Like, you don't want to upset her immediately by saying that. So I do understand why Felice didn't, and she was probably hoping herself that he wouldn't go to that bad family, but she doesn't have any power in the situation. But I do understand Sada's feelings here.
Förlåt för att jag inte sa något. Så här, August är näst på tur i tronföljden efter mig. Han är min reserv.
Interesting. Here we go. Truth is out fully.
Jag skulle kunna få vara fri från det här. Jag skulle kunna få vara fri med dig. Men om du går till polisen så har inte jag någon reserv längre.
Have they already done it? Have they already gone to the police?
Säger du det här bara för att du inte vill att jag ska anmäla honom?
Nej.
Så du skyddar inte honom?
Nej. Du måste göra det som känns bäst för dig, Simon. Jag vill bara att du ska veta. Det är så här det är så här jag känner. Jag vill bara det.
Sa han precis att han skulle kasta kronan för din skull?
He did. That was a really good approach by Wilhelm, because not only did he made it so that the truth was fully out there. Simon has every single card. He has every ounce of truth that he needs, but it is still his decision. And Willa even said, you can do whatever you want with this information. You can go to the police if you'd like. I just wanted you to know how I feel, and I wanted you to basically have all the information. And I really appreciate that. That was really beautifully well done, Willa. I also like that he did bring up his brother and letting him down, because it's something that Willa keeps very close to himself. He talks about the royal family as like a unit, and he talks about they, them, they, this. But when you actually get down to it, the true people that he doesn't want to let down are his mother and his brother. The fact that his brother was the crown prince and he's trying so hard to be like him. He's trying so hard to make him proud. and he feels like he's failing all the time. But I do hope and pray that Willa knows within himself, because I think we can all safely say that his brother would much rather he step down and live a life of happiness than be the king and be depressed for his entire life. Like, hands down, I think his brother would completely understand and respect / want that for him, you know? So, well done, Willa. Is he buying Rousseau for Sada? That'll be one of the few amazing things he's actually done. But as I was saying before, you got to take Sada into account as well in all of this. Like, if something happens to August, yikes.
Förlåt för att jag var så taskig på balen. Jag är bara rädd för hur Felice ska reagera.
Men skulle du kunna göra slut med mig för hennes skull?
Jag blev bara lite orolig när du berättade att du är Willes reserv. Kan du lova att inte såra mig?
Okay.
Kung August lovar dig, drottning Sara, att ta ansvar för både dig och mitt kungarike.
Aww. It's like I have to separate relationship August with other August, because it's cute watching them together and I like seeing how he is with Sada. But with anyone else, he's an asshole.
Alltså jag blev verkligen skitorolig när du inte kom hem. Så. Du får jättegärna säga till om du tänker sova hemma.
Okay.
Oh, Sada.
Så dåligt samvete. Alltså så dåligt. Ja, hon kommer komma över.
She'll understand in time. Oh, stop! You're making me giddy.
Och vad tänker ni då? Ett dilemma det.
Malin är uppväxt med starka kristna ideal som hon får svårt att kombinera med vad hon egentligen känner.
Man önskar ju att Malin kunde strunta i dem.
Det är inte som att hon bara kan kasta bort allt hon någonsin lärt sig om rätt och fel. Hon upptäcker ju att hon vill förändra sitt liv på grund av vad hon lär sig genom hennes känslooffensiv.
That was beautiful. That was beautifully well done. I'm so fucking happy that we've got that from Simon, that we've got confirmation that he understands. He may not have at first, he may have been caught up in his own thoughts and feelings, but I think that was a true indication. And I'm so glad that Willa heard it as well, that he understands. And I'm glad that Willa heard it, not only because he now knows that Simon understands, but also because I don't think Willa truly accepted that himself. I don't think Willa truly understood himself that he can't just unlearn everything that the royal family has drilled into him. He can't just unlearn all of these ideals and the like direction that his life is going in, that they've drilled into his head his entire life. So to actually come across something that he loves and to come across a life that like, oh my God, so this is what love is. This is what happiness is. Of course he's going to be confused because it goes against everything that he's been taught. And so he's trying so hard to think about like, how do I combine these two lives? How do I make them work? Because they're at the moment incompatible. So I'm really glad that he got that from Simon, that he understands that it's not easy for Willa and that it will take time for him to understand his own self and his own feelings.
Vi a la mamá de Marcus los otros días y un jerza de eso, Mike, y me empezó a hablar de tan contenta que estaba ella de ustedes estar juntos.
About that.
Y yo, por supuesto, muy de acuerdo con ella. Estoy tan orgullosa de ustedes.
Jag vet vem som la ut videon på mig och Ville.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Det var August.
Oh fuck.
Pero eso es bueno, ¿verdad? Que tú sabes quién es.
Nej, men jag tänkte gå till polisen.
It's so hard to watch. It's so hard to watch. I assume Sada's about to text him and tell him or go and see him.
Simon vet. Och han ska gå till polisen.
Yep.
Så om du vill ta ditt ansvar som du sa att du ville göra så går du till polisen innan han hinner göra det.
Get fucked, August. Your life has come crumbling down.
Jag har tänkt på vad du sa. Men jag måste anmäla. Jag kan inte låta August komma undan med det här.
Understandable. Completely understandable.
Jag tänker inte svara på några följdfrågor utan jag tänker bara säga det som jag skrivit i min lilla bok. För jag har knappt ens läst den här boken. Yes? Okej, bra. Men nu har jag det.
Okay, great. You really helped the group.
Det var inte så bra.
Oh my boy. Please let me in this fucking show. I need to give him a hug. Like, I've never felt this, like, this much, what do you call it? Like, need to go and fucking help someone. Like, look at him. Currently having a panic attack. Yeah, I do understand. I understand why Simon thinks that. I understand why he thinks that this is Willa angry and just like, oh, for fuck's sake, why is he doing it? But we know that it's not anger. This is like, this is life-changing. Like, this will completely alter Willa's life. He was finally given some kind of out, finally given some way to leave the royal family and still have it go on and there not be this huge, like, political problem of him stepping down with no succession. Do you get what I mean? He finally had a easy way out of it, but this has just kind of thrown that away. So he's obviously spiraling right now, trying to deal with this information, accepting that everything's shit, everything's back to the way it was, and I just feel so bad for him.
Du missade presentationen. Förlåt. Fick panik av tanken på att tala framför alla. Nu hela grejen med August blev för mycket.
Du ska veta att jag inte går till polisen för att skada dig.
Jag försöker inte stoppa dig.
What lovely people. What genuinely nice human beings, you know? Finally, they can hug. Thank fucking Christ for that. God, I have missed them being together. I will say, if things are gonna happen, shut those fucking blinds right now. Shut the fucking blinds. I swear to God. You're making me stressed. Yeah, shut them. Yeah. We doing it? Yeah. Now enjoy your privacy, my boys. Is that the end? No! No! Oh, fuck. That means I have one episode left. I can't handle that information. So yes, there we have season 2, episode 5 of Young Royals. And what a lovely ending. Like, that's, I feel like that's the first positive ending we've had this season. Because it's mostly just been filled with Willa being in pain and Willa struggling, which has not been very fun. But hell fucking yeah, nice positive ending. Now, let's go over the story then. So where Wilhelm and Simon are at right now, they've obviously just shared a very lovely moment together, and they do seem to be along the lines of getting back together, but we don't really know how that's going to work right now. Because say Simon doesn't go to the police, say it doesn't come out, August is still going to make an announcement himself. So like at the end of the day, it's done. Wilhelm is going to be Crown Prince. So I don't know how this idea sounds to everyone else, but I'm still fucking down with my idea of the Queen inviting Simon and his family and Wilhelm, just everyone, nice meal at the table, have a nice meeting, and then discuss what it would mean for the future, them being together. And yes, I know that they're quite young, and to the Queen, this is like a silly first relationship that her son's having, and they'll break up and he'll move on. But like at the end of the day, this is a very important thing. So these things do need to be discussed. So I think best case scenario is that we have a nice sit down meal and everyone discusses their thoughts and feelings / their worries over the situation. Now, moving on, let's talk about August actually. Because obviously, I mean, it's not a surprise that Sada went and spoke to him. I think we could all say that she would. That moment, oh my God, that moment at the dinner table when Simon brought it up, I was scared that Sada was going to say something like, oh no, you can't do that. And it would have like caused an uproar because, oh God, what a bad time for it to come out. But will Simon find out next episode that they are dating? Because if so, then that's going to be such an awkward conversation. It's going to be really hard to watch because not only is he going to be upset with her that she's with him, and I mean, if it comes out that she knew as well, that's even worse. But not only is he going to be upset, but he's also going to be very protective of her and not going to want her to be anywhere near that man. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. We're dealing with a lot of hypotheticals here because we don't really know how next episode's going to play out, but yikes, scary times. But to link back to Wilhelm and Simon, because I didn't mention it before, I also really like that Wilhelm has finally been able to hug him and have a moment with him and to just let that stress and anxiety go. Because no matter what comes his way when it comes to being the Crown Prince, I think as long as he has Simon by his side and he has someone to talk to and someone to let all of that stress and anxiety out, I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to make it through. It won't be easy and he'll still be dealing with a lot of anxiety and stress, but I think that he can manage if he has Simon. But again, we're dealing with a lot of hypotheticals. It all depends on how next episode goes. Now, a few other things I wanted to talk about. Obviously, there are the two friends. What are their names? I looked them up last time. Come on, Harry, you got this. It's Frederica and someone else, isn't it? Oh, I can't remember, but Sada and Felice's friends. There were a lot of moments in that scene where they were recording the video where there was one bit where like the girl who we don't know if she has a crush on the other one when she like did a fake proposal, and it was just like, oh, these things keep coming up between them. So I'm hoping that we get to explore that next episode. I hope that we have the truth come out, even if it's, I don't think it'll be negative, but it's just depending on how the other girl feels. But yeah, I hope we explore that. The other thing I want to look into is Felice, because she just, I don't know. Has anyone else been getting the vibe that she doesn't seem to be very happy right now? She doesn't seem to be in a good place mentally. She seems quite down in the dumps. And there have been good moments this episode, like when they were doing that video, she was happy and all that, but it's few and far between. The majority of the time that we've seen her, she's been quite down and quite depressed. So I do wonder if that's just like, I don't know, a coincidence. Like I do wonder if that's not something that we're going to explore, but I hope we do. I hope that we get some more Felice, because as much as I love Wilhelm and Simon, and I get that this is a story based on them, this is their story, but I don't like the only Felice we have got has been because she's been by Wilhelm's side, and it's not really been to advance her story. I want to get more of her. I want to see her get some happiness, you know? But yes, anyway, with that said, that was episode 5 of season 2. We have 1 episode left. For those of you unaware, on Patreon, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out on YouTube in time. I'm sorry. It'll probably be out. Basically, this episode 5, should be out this week. The week beginning on, God, what day is it now? It'll be out sometime between the 1st and the 4th of December on YouTube. But for patrons, this is going up on, I believe, Thursday. So episode 6 is coming out this week as well. You're getting both because I am away in Edinburgh next week. So I'm on holiday and will not be working. So I'm going to try and get it out as quick as possible, but like latest Sunday. Like trust and believe I'm getting the finale out before I go away. So expect that in the coming days. But yeah, for YouTube, I'm going to be putting out episode 5 this week. But by the time that you see this, it'll probably be the next weekend. So what date will that be? Probably about the 10th or the 11th of December is when the finale is going to be coming out on YouTube. So keep your eyes out for that. But yes, anyway, with all that said, another fantastic episode of Young Royals, and I'm fucking excited for the finale. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. We're able to find the early and uncut reactions to Young Royals and all the other shows that I do. I've also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And Jess, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.